It's Pennsylvania's smallest owl, and it's on the move. We'll spend an evening in the Poconos in search of the saw-whet owl. Hello everyone, I'm Don Jacobs, and I'm here in Monroe County just as the sun is going to set, and we're going to go wild with DiscoverNEPA, netting and banning owls. And who are we doing it with? Darryl Speicher. He is a federal bird bander.
We're at the Kettle Creek Wildlife Sanctuary, which is home of the Monroe County Conservation District in Bartonsville, Pennsylvania. And we're going to be doing Project Owlnet, which is a continent-wide effort to try and understand the migratory ecology of our smallest owl here in the eastern United States, the Northern Saw-whet owl. Unlike many owl species that we're more familiar with, saw-whet owls have a predictable migration, especially in the fall. The spring is a little, we don't really have as great a handle on that as we do with the fall migration, but in the fall, they're moving south or east or west. We're still trying to figure all of that out, but they're moving, they're on the move.
So you use poles that you've left here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And if it wasn't open to the public, we would have just left the nets out.
Got you.
And furled,
right.
But because it's a location that people could just come by during the day.
Yeah.
We don't want to just leave the nets hanging out here. We're going to open a series of mist nets, 4 mist nets, and in the center of those nets, we're going to place what they like to call in the literature a 𝗗𝗶𝘁𝗵𝗃𝗘𝗣𝗔. We're gonna play the owl's call over and over and over again. It's effective, and it will attract saw-whet owls.
𝗗𝗶𝘁𝗵 is helping Darryl with the project this evening.
Once they're completely open, they just hang between the poles.
With the net properly hanging, it's time to get the call going.
So it comes preloaded with, I think, 50
yeah.
animal calls,
Mm-hmm.
but of course saw-whet owl's not one of them. So we had to load the MP3 of the saw-whet owl call.
And that's the call.
And that's the call. And now we'll play until 11 o'clock tonight. Just like
who invented that? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
So now we go sit in the warmth?
Yep.
Okay. So what allows you to do this? They're federally protected,
yes,
aren't they?
I have a federal master bander's permit, and I also have a permit from the Pennsylvania Game Commission. My master bander permit allows me to band all wild birds with the following exceptions: bald eagles, endangered species, and waterfowl. So the protocols as they were given to us 25 years ago, you open the nets as close as you can to just after sunset, and then the nets run until at least 11 p.m.
And you check them every 45 minutes?
Every half hour.
All right, check number 1. 30 minutes later, we headed back to the nets to see if we caught an owl. And no luck. Okay, check number 1, done. No owls. Back to the center. Come back in another half hour. And on the second check, a half hour later, success.
The net makes a pocket. And it's like they're hanging in a hammock. And then hopefully, without too much fuss, it's nice when they come out of the net that easy.
So that's a saw-whet owl.
This is a saw-whet owl.
Look at how small. So pretty looking too.
Yeah.
And now it's going in a bag to be...
It's going in a bag so we can take him down and band him, or her. The clapping that you can hear is him snapping his bill. All owls will do that. Lets us know that it's a tough guy and we shouldn't be messing with it.
Yeah.
And we don't want to mess with it too long. We just want to get some information and send it on its way. We're going to record some specific data that's being recorded on every owl that gets captured. And the bird banding laboratory requires certain measurements to be recorded on every bird that we ban. So all the data that we collect on any birds across taxa, we have to report those bans. And so obviously we report the date and the time and the condition the bird is in. So we're going to look for, is it carrying any weight? Does it have some fat scores on it? Is it horribly infested with parasites? Stuff like that. Does it have visible signs of feather mites and other things like that? And then we're going to measure the wing chord and the flattened wing. We're going to measure the upper mandible, the bill length, and the tail length. And then we're going to, as best as we can, try and determine its age when we encounter it. And what we can do is we can read feather mold.
After all the measurements are taken, it's time to break out a black light, which helps them determine its age.
Owls as a family will produce a pigment on the underside of the flight feathers called porphyrin, and it will fluoresce under black light conditions. And so you see all this uniformly bright pink here, the top of the flight feathers. That lets us know that all of these feathers grew at exactly the same time. And we believe that the only time that all of the flight feathers grow in at the same time is when they're hatch-year birds. Okay. So this bird was an egg in the spring. There we go.
There we go. Using all of the data collected, Darryl determines that it is a female.
When people come visit us and they get to experience being up close and personal with a live owl, and then when we release it, it's back out into the wild. And we hope flying into someone else's nets.
So what an interesting evening. I learned so much about saw-whet owls. Darryl Speicher, thank you so much for the education. This bird is one of my favorite owls of all times, and I have the privilege to release it right now. You're gonna take off? You don't want to? There it goes. Now, for this episode of Go Wild with Discover NEPA and all the other episodes of Go Wild with Discover NEPA, you can go to discovernepa.com or subscribe on YouTube.